Good morning, friends. Welcome to Happy and Free Yoga. This class I'm calling Starbucks and Yoga for the Neck and Shoulders. Last night I did not sleep all that well, somewhat related to neck and shoulder discomfort, and I really wanted to bring a little self-care to my practice this morning. And so I'm going to focus on some stretches and some strengthening for the neck and shoulders, try and comfort them a little bit. And I want to remind you, if you're working with any discomfort or experience any discomfort during the practice, remember to listen to your own body. If it's painful, back away from that. There's no benefit to doing that stretch or that strengthening move. Really listen to your body and the nuance that it signals back to you as to what's helpful versus what's not going to be helpful. Okay, in that line, I'm going to use a few tools today that help me besides my yoga mat and block to do a little practice, and that is some light weights. You know, I have some that are 2 and 3 pounds, and I think anything that you can do these exercises without a weight, and then as you get more strength in your arms, you might choose to use a weight to help build up more strength in your shoulders. And then I have a little exercise band as well that I'll be using. And this is, you know, pretty good length piece of exercise band. And it can come in different colors. The yellow is the lightest, I believe. And then blue and green and black is a little more heavy duty and holds up just a little bit more. And then I'm using a long stick, and this can be a broomstick or an umbrella, one of those long umbrellas. But my kids had this little device around, and so I thought, okay, I'll use this. All right. So besides all these stretching tools, I also decided I needed to have a little bit of comfort with my coffee. So not that I am suggesting that we eat for comfort, because that's not really the case, but there is definitely something to a warm cup of water, warm tea, or warm coffee that really signals to the nervous system that it's time to relax. And so sometimes this can be very comforting. And because I know some of you will wonder, what is she drinking? I do have a decaf soy latte from Starbucks here. And that is, I'm grateful to Starbucks that they carry the soy milk that has no added oils in it. Unfortunately, some plant milks they add oils to. And so I always have to be careful with that when I'm ordering my coffee. That's what I like, a decaf, because I just don't need caffeine. I have enough of an anxious nervous system. I don't need caffeine. And then, but I do like the taste of coffee and the soy milk because I stay away from dairy. All right, there we go. Let's get that first sip in the morning. And if you're going to have a beverage with me, please do so now. Yeah, that first sip is very good, isn't it? Okay, we'll set that to the side. And we're going to start with our breath practice, which we're going to do a 4-part breath practice. So when you're ready, settle yourself either in a seated or lying down position. Feel that tallness in the spine. Bring the attention to the breath. We're going to do a 4-part breath practice, so noticing the inhale, a pause at the top, an exhale, and a pause at the bottom. In order to make the pause at the top more restful, I'll give you some additional instruction. At the top of the inhale, instead of continuing to hold the inhale, which is a little bit activating, use the back of the tongue to press against the soft palate to block the exhale, and then let go. And just hold the breath even though you're letting go in the body. And then release the tongue and complete the exhale. Each phase of the 4-part breath can take about 4 counts. Inhale to 4. Pause for 4 at the top. And exhale to 4. Pause for 4 at the bottom. And repeat. Finishing the cycle that you're on and taking one more now. And then returning to your natural breath. And bringing the attention over the heart. And taking a moment for gratitude. Even when life seems challenging, there are always things that we can say, yes, for this I am grateful. Air that is easier to breathe, not filled with smoke. A warm beverage. A friend to call. Finding what you're grateful for and letting that settle on the heart for a moment. And then gently releasing that. And if you're in a reclined position, drawing your knees into the chest, rolling over to your side and coming up to a seated position. We'll begin with a little attention to our neck, gently turning the head towards the right, keeping the chin parallel to the earth. Inhale as you sweep through center and gently turn off to the left. And repeating that side to side a couple times. Nice and slow. You may want to open your eyes if that helps you maintain a sense of your place here on the mat. Pausing in center, and on the exhale, draw the chin back, and like the back of the head now matches the backbones, the shoulder blades. Inhale, soften. The chin comes forward just a bit. Exhale, draw the head, the back of the head flat with the back. Inhale forward. Exhale, draw the chin and the back of the head back. And once more. And dropping the chin to the chest. Slowly roll off to one side and then to the other. Stretching out the back of the neck, remembering always to back away from pain and ease into any of these positions where the sensations are strong. And then bringing the crown of the head up and roll the shoulders forward, up towards the ears, and let them land down on the back. Nice and tall in the spine. Dropping the chin to the chest and gently rolling the neck from left to right. Stretching out that back of the neck, pausing wherever it needs a little more attention. Then take and press the hand into the forehead and lift the forehead. And then once your spine is tall, press onto the forehead and the forehead into the hand and the hand into the forehead, strengthening and release. And then bring the hand to the side of the head and press into the side of the head and the head into the hand, strengthening. And then on the other side, press the hand into the head into the hand, strengthen the neck. Both hands now on the back, press, breathing. And let's do that round one more time. Hands to the forehead, press. And then hands to the side, press into one side. A breath or two. And the other side. Back of the head. Release the arms down and roll the shoulders up towards the ears and down the back. Up towards the ears and down the back. And I'm going to take off my jacket and take a little pause for a sip of coffee. Because we're taking our time this morning. Okay, now we're going to tip the right ear towards the right shoulder and the left hand away, lengthening out the side here. You might place your right hand on the mat. Just give it a moment to lengthen. Then inhale that left arm up and over into a side bend. And then coming off to the other side. The left hand can go to the mat, but the right hand reaches away as that left ear dips off towards the left shoulder, lengthening out the side of the neck on the right. Then reach that right arm up and over for a nice side bend. Inhale back through the center, and we'll do that one more time on each side. Drift the ear towards the shoulder, reach away with the opposing arm. Then reach it up and take your side bend and push your left hip down to the mat so you get a good side bend stretch in the ribs as well. Coming through center, take those moves on the other side. Lengthen out that neck muscle, lift it up, arm and over. And coming back to the center. Now squeeze the shoulder blades together a bit. Inhale and soften. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, soften, and one more squeeze. Now to get a little deeper into the back muscles and draw those shoulder blades down, let's reach our arms up, elbows at shoulder height or so. And you can spread your fingers a little bit. Really let the elbows come back as far as is comfortable for you so you feel that engagement of your shoulder blades onto your back. Then on the exhale, drill those elbows like you're coming down towards the tailbone. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale up. And back and down. And release. Another sip of coffee. Okay, so now we're going to work with our first tool, which is this nice long stick, like a broomstick or something. And you could also use the band in this situation, because what we're going to be doing is kind of pulling the arms apart with the elbows straight. So you can do it with a band, whatever degree that works for you. And we're going to just be raising the arms up. So out in front of you and raising them up, dropping the shoulder blades down the back. Okay? But I enjoy doing it with actually this pull, because I can really grip onto it and pull my two hands apart, even as the elbows are straight, lifting it up, keeping those shoulder blades sliding together down my back. Up and over. And I'm going to switch so you can see the back side of me. how this looks on my shoulder blades. My little sitting block. There we go. And so here I'm holding it out in front of me, and watch my shoulder blades as I lift up. See the shoulder blades coming together and down the back. Inhale out in front. Exhale up. Inhale in front. Exhale up. Couple more here. Great. Then we're going to use this pull in one more position. And this one here, the band doesn't work, so you really do need to have a pull. And my left shoulder is the one that's bothering me more, but I find this works really well on both shoulders. So you just want a relaxed grip on the tip of your pull so that this hand is almost completely relaxed outside of that grip of the hand over the tip of the pole. And this hand is going to be doing all the work, meaning in my case it's my right hand, or it's looking like my left on your image because we're mirroring each other. And so I'm pushing here with my right hand, extending my left arm as long as it'll go, and that's really helping open up this shoulder area. So stretching it out as comfortable as it can, and then find your range of motion here. Just work to open up that shoulder. Nice and big. Feeling it be relaxed and open. Breathing with it. Exploring your range of motion. And a little in and out. Letting most of the work be done by the hand that's pushing on the pole instead of gripping the tip of the pole. Now we'll take it to the other side. Now my right arm is relaxing and my left arm is going to do the work. So exploring that range of motion. A lot less sensation on this side than I do on the other. And then when you're done, ready, setting that tool aside. Time for one more sip of coffee. Okay, I'm going to tuck in just a little bit of work on the shoulders here using the weights. So grabbing a 2 or 3 pound weight, or doing it without a weight if this is your first time doing it. I would never go more than 5 pounds. So when I use 2 and 3 together, then that's 5. That's as most as I would do. Okay, but we'll just practice with the 2 pounds today. So the first ones, we're just going to be drawing our elbows back and the shoulder blades together. Use the exhale here. And you may actually like to bend over at the hips to help you get a nice long spine here. And draw those elbows together. So doing about 8 of these. And then moving to a long arm. So before the elbow is bent, now the arm is long. Same move. Strengthening those shoulder blades together. And then we'll do 8 more, this time at 45. So you can see now the arms are a little bit out from the side body, still squeezing the shoulder blades together. But now instead of being in this position, the arms are rotated. And 8 of these. Now these ones, pay attention to your deltoids. You may not feel comfortable doing this, but we're going to just lift them straight out to a T. keep drawing the shoulder blades down as you lift them out. And do this for about 8. And then now you can get a little softness in your knees, and we're going to come out at 45 degrees in front of you, almost like you're coming into a chair pose, but maybe just a little bit more out to the side. Instead of directly in front of you, a little out to the side. Draw those shoulder blades down as you lift the arms up. Keep the elbows straight. Breathing. And then the next one is a little bit of a bicep curl and push it up. Bicep curl, push it up. As you push up, pull the shoulder blade down the back. Now listen to your body. If this doesn't feel right for you, it's maybe too early to do this move. And then my last one I'm going to actually do without weights, as it's more of a range of motion one. So here we're taking and letting the arms come in a big wide rainbow and bring them down with the elbows drawn together. Inhale and exhale. Switching the hand that's in front. This is how it looks on the back side. See the shoulder blades drawing together and down. Strengthening your shoulders. I hope that works for you. Okay, so now we're going to come over on our hands and knees and work on our table. Okay, so coming first, warming up the spine a little bit with cat-cow. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Just explore the spine a little bit. Exhaling to cat posture. Inhaling to cow. Back and forth. Warming up your spine a little. And then the option to take it off in a little bit of a C-spine. So moving the hands off to the side of your mat on the right, looking back towards the hip. And then drop that left elbow down and raise the right arm up. And bring the hands down again and walk it over to the left side of your mat. Both hands down. Looking at the left hip. Drop the right elbow and reach the left arm up to the sky. Bring the left hand down. Come back to the center. Kick your right heel back and out like an extension of your spine, the crown reaching forward, and then reach that left thumb forward and up. Really holding that stability in the back. Activation there. Inhale, lift a little. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen. Gaze is at the edge of the mat, right out in front. One more breath. Bring the knee and the elbow together, and then bring the left hand down. The right heel back out, bend the knee, and draw some circles with that knee. Lubricating the hip a bit. Try and keep the left hip stable. Switch directions with the knee. And then bring it down to the mat, cleansing breath. Push the left heel out. Feel the length through the crown and the heel, and then the right thumb to the sky. Inhale, lift a little through the heel and the thumb. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, lift. Exhale, long. Inhale, lift. Exhale, long. Bring the elbow and knee together. Push them back out. Bring the right hand down to the mat. Bend the left knee. And draw some circles with this knee. Breathing. And then switching direction. And bringing that left knee down to the mat. Bring your hands about one handprint forward. Untuck the toes. Gently lower yourself down to the mat. We'll take a cobra pose here, bringing our hands a little bit in front of the shoulder points. And draw back on the hands so you lift the heart up a little bit. So we're taking that curve into the thoracic spine. Soften. With the next inhale, lift again in the heart. Drawing the hands back. Elbows are not on the floor here. So in Sphinx pose they are, but not in Cobra. And soften. One more Cobra. Breathing. And release. Bring the hands under the shoulder points. Tuck your toes. Push up to down dog. Our first down dog of our practice. Let your fingers spread wide. So you have equal space between the fingers like rays of sunshine. The full palm and base of the hand on the mat. And then the hands and the feet are pretty much the same line on the mat. Come up into high heels. Reach the tailbone up. Bring the chest towards the thighs. Lengthen out the back of the legs. As tall as you can get through the tailbone. And then drop the heels to the mat. Pressing one heel down and then the other. Coming up onto the balls of the feet. Maybe you want to walk just a tiny bit forward in your down dog. Get a lot of length in that high-heeled down dog. Push the tailbone up and then drop the heels and see if you can get those heels to the mat. Now, if they're coming down to the mat, then you can lengthen out your stride so you get a little bit more top stretch than there. Pedal out the feet just a bit. And floating out to a plank. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Make sure they're sticking to the ribs. Crown reaches forward. Little softness in the elbows here. Drop the knees and push back the hips towards the heels. Lengthen out again like you do in down dog. And then tucking the toes, floating back to plank. Exhale, down dog. First in high heels, and drop the heels. Pedaling out one, and then the other. And then pausing and swinging the hips a little bit side to side to stretch out the side body. And then bringing your gaze between your thumbs. And on your next exhale, bringing your feet to a forward fold. Inhale to a half lift, strong back. Feel the crown reach forward. The shoulder blades again sliding down the back. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Coming all the way up to the top. And exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, so I want to take you through just a couple little movements here at the beginning of our first flow that help strengthen the shoulder blades again on the back. So we're going to stand in our mountain posture. Then I'm going to actually bend the knees and hips a little bit and reach the arms forward, almost like in a chair, but this time my arms are forward rather than in a classic chair. And then on the exhale, you're going to squeeze the glutes to lengthen here and bring the shoulder blades back and down in that goalpost figure. Lift through the heart. Inhale into that modified chair. Exhale into the goalpost. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale forward. Exhale coming back. Land those shoulder blades on the back. Inhale forward. Exhale. Don't forget to squeeze your glutes to keep that low back safe. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step back into a modified low lunge. Modified warrior one. Let the hips drop a little bit towards the front of the mat. Exhale, fold and draw that left hip back. And then walk the hands forward, coming to a runner's lunge. Tuck that back toe, lifting up just a bit. Plant the hands and kick it up to a standing split. Wiggle the ankle a little. Drop it back down and kick back to a pyramid. So draw the left hip back now. Option to use a block here can really help strengthen that stretch. And then planting both hands and step the left foot back to meet the right and taking or skipping a flow here. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to a cobra. Exhale, soften, tuck the toes. And down dog. Now, flow can be more challenging when you have shoulder issues, so make sure to listen to your shoulders and see what's right for you if you need to skip the flow. Inhale your right heel, and then bring it forward between the hands. Drop the left knee, and take that modified warrior one on this side. Plant the hands, tuck the back toes, coming to a runner's lunge. Left hand down, the right hand comes into the twist. Then as you bring the right hand down, let's put a block underneath it. And heel toe that right foot over into that active pigeon. Dropping the right knee towards the mat and stretching that right outer hip a bit. Breathing with it. This is a pretty intense stretch for me. And heel toe back into the lunge position. And step the left foot forward to meet the right. Forward fold. Just grab the back of the ankles or calves or heels, whatever's right for you. The tailbone lift. And exhale into that fold. Nodding the neck, the head, and releasing the neck. Inhale to a halfway lift. Feel the spine lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep to the top. Exhale, hands to the heart. And we'll take those moves on the other side. starting with our little modified chair pose. So pretty much standing in mountain. And we'll bend the hips and knees, reach the arms forward. Feel the shoulder blades sliding off the ribs as the arms reach forward. On the exhale, squeeze the glutes, land the shoulder blades, bring them down the back as the heart lifts. Reach forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold and step back on the left for our low lunge in this position. And drop those hips towards that front heel. Reach the arms up. Bring the hands to the mat. Draw the right hip back. Lengthen out through the back of that leg. Walk the hands forward, plant the hands, coming up to your runner's lunge. Keeping the hands planted, option to come up into a standing split. Circles with the ankle. And then dropping back and pulling that right hip back for pyramid. Option to bring the block to the inside of that right foot to help you lengthen out the hamstring and calf on this side, more the hamstring. And then set that block aside and step the right foot back to meet the left. And take or skip your flow here. Keep your elbows in as best as you can if you're taking your flow. When you come to Cobra, plant the hands a little forward of the shoulders. Draw the hands back. Lift the heart. Active back. The curve in the thoracic spine. Then when you soften, hands under the shoulder points, tuck the toes. Push to down dog. High heel. Drop the heels. Inhale your left foot. Exhale, bring it forward between the hands. Drop the right knee. And come to that modified warrior one side. Exhale, bring the hands to frame the foot, tuck the toes, runner's lunge. Leave the right hand down, turn towards the knee. Runner's lunge twist. As you bring the left hand down, I like to place mine on a block. We're moving into active pigeon. Heel toe the left foot to the right corner of the mat. And slowly work that left knee down a bit. Stretching the outer left hip. And gently heel toe back into the lunge position. Exhale and let your right foot meet your left. Forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay. Returning to the top of your mat now. Let's do a little drinking bird as we start our B series. So inhale into your chair. Exhale and let that bird drink as the arms go overhead. Inhale into chair. Exhale, the bird drinks. Inhale into chair. Exhale, the bird drinks. Inhale into chair. And holding chair for a moment, let your heels sink in and push the heels away to light up the glutes a little. Draw your shoulder blades down and the thumbs back. Breathing here. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step back for your plank. We're going to take just a couple push-ups here, and these are optional. So I do a little better when my hands are a little wider. So keep the crown forward, and we'll just do 5 of these. So bending the elbows and pumping up, high to low. And then push to down dog. High heels, and bring the hands and the feet back into alignment. And then drop the heels towards the mat, maybe inching the toes in a little, get a little better calf stretch. Inhale the left heel, and bring it forward between the hands, coming into a warrior 2 position. Back heel drops, and lift up to your warrior 2. In warrior 2, letting the toes on the back foot be at about 3 o'clock. And what we're going to want is some opposing energy. So think of this back thigh as reaching back for the back wall, while this knee lands directly over the ankle. So let those 2 opposing energies strengthen the legs. 2 or 3 breaths here. Straighten the forward knee as we prepare for triangle. As we're in this posture, let's take a moment to pay attention to our shoulders. And we're going to roll the shoulders. So drop the little fingers down and the shoulder blades down the back, and then roll them over to the thumbs down. Inhale through the center. Exhale, pinkies down. Inhale through the center. And exhale, thumbs down. I'm going to let you see what this looks like on the back for me. Inhale, exhale. See those shoulder blades roll down the back. Really strengthening that engagement of the shoulder blade with the rib cage. Okay, coming now into our Trikonasana. So keep that thigh back, straight leg here, draw that left hip back, float the arms out, and drop that hand to the calf, a block, or the floor, whatever is right for you. And breathing here, keeping that right heel tight to the floor. And then push into that right heel to lift yourself up and return to warrior 2. We're going to do a little something for the neck here. So drop that back hand and place it on the back of the thigh as we're moving towards reverse warrior. But this time keep that hand out in front of you, and instead just drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. 1 or 2 breaths here. And then sweep that arm up into a full reverse warrior. Coming back to warrior 2, reaching those fingertips away from each other. And bring the elbow onto the knee and the right arm up to the sky. And then the right arm over the ear in extended side angle. And bring the hands back behind the sacrum as you straighten the forward knee. Lift through the heart, draw the hands down. And exhale, fold to the inside of that thigh. Lift the hands off the back and release them to the mat, possibly taking the block with you so you come to the center of the mat. Take a nice wide straddle here.
Let the head hang low, nodding a yes, and then turning side to side. Now bring the hands to the top of the thighs and press on the top of the thighs so you have a nice flat back. As the right hand is pressing, let the left arm go limp and swing in the pendulum or soup stir, and then sway the other direction. And then bring the left hand to the left thigh and do it with the other side. Nice big circles, soup stir, and then the other direction. Go as slow as you need to on that. And then bring the hands to the mat and walk your hands back to the top of the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right. And you can take an additional flow here or skip it and go directly to down dog. Lift into high heels and drop the heels down, stretching the calves. Now we take the postures on the other side. Inhale, raise the right heel and bring it forward between the hands. Drop the left heel to the mat so there's a heel-toe alignment and rise up into your warrior two. Feel the back of the left thigh reaching back behind you, the right knee over the ankle. Draw the shoulder blades back. Breathing. Straighten the right knee. Preparing for Trikonasana. Float it out and drop that right hand onto the calf or shin, left hand to the sky. Breathing 2 or 3 breaths here. Feel the energy going into that back heel. Push into that back heel as you lift yourself back up. Warrior two. Drop the left hand onto the left thigh. Let the left shoulder come towards the left ear, come towards the left shoulder, and reach away with the right arm. Releasing the neck on that side. And then reach up for your reverse warrior. Coming back to warrior two. Bring the right elbow to the right knee. Extended side angle. Lift the left arm up. Let those shoulder blades stay on the back, even in this position. The heart open to the side. Energy into that back heel as you float back up. Straighten that leg. Bring the hands behind the sacrum. Draw them down. Feel your shoulder blades coming together, squeezing. Really strengthening that connection between the shoulder blades and the rib cage. I'm hoping you're able to see it on my back. That's why I'm letting you see my backside. And then we will fold to the inside of that right leg, lifting the hands off the sacrum. If it feels good, but not if it doesn't. Release the hands to the mat. Turn both hands to the long edge of the mat and both toes to the long edge of the mat. And taking that full straddle. Enjoy the inversion for a moment. Walk the hands through. And then walk the hands forward in that wide leg down dog. Get a little bit of an inner thigh stretch there. And then we'll take our block and take a side lunge on one side. So I'm pointing my toes towards the top of the mat on the side the knee is bent, and lengthening through the inner thigh on the back leg. And then switching over to the other side. I use the block to help sturdy up my posture. Side lunge on both sides. And go ahead and set that block to the side and bring the right foot back, coming into our plank position. And we're going to take just a couple more high to low push-ups. And you can definitely do these with your knees down. So bring your knees down if you'd like to. And then we'll pump out 5. Breathe. And then bring the knees down and walk them through the arms. And we'll come onto our back for a little bit of core practice. Bring the shins into tabletop and cup the ears in the hands. Feel yourself lift your tailbone just a little bit and then push the right foot out at 45. Bring it back, lift the tailbone a little, push the right foot out at 45. Bring it back. Inhale. Exhale, lift the tailbone and push the right foot out. Inhale back. Exhale, lift the tailbone, push the left foot out. Inhale back. And on the right again. On the left. Right. And left. One more time each side. Okay, one more time each side. And reclining, bringing the heels behind the hips. Roll those shoulder blades under, and we'll take a bridge pose. Exhale to small the back down to the mat. Inhale, lift a little, and exhale, roll the spine up into your bridge. Your fingertips may reach your heels. Squeeze the glutes, bring the knees together. Breathing. Exhale and slowly roll the spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Heel toe the feet out towards the edge of the mat. And the feet can be at about a 45-degree angle. Find the small of the back and roll it up into a bridge with a wide foot. Squeeze the glutes to lift to the top. And then just soften just a little and pulse it up. Pulse for about 10. Try and keep the knees over the ankles. Squeeze those glutes. And when you get to about 10, then hold at the top. Breathing still. And slowly unwind the spine. Draw the knees into the chest and rock some big circles with the back. With the knees, the circles are with the knees, but it feels good on the back. And switch directions. Keep your right knee into your chest as your left heel goes long, taking a bit of a stretch there. Walk the hands up the back of that leg. And then switching sides. And we'll end with a little Vipariti Karani. Slide the block underneath the sacrum. And let your heels come up to the sky. Big breath in. And let it go. Dropping the heels apart if an inner thigh stretch feels good. Using the exhales to begin to let go. And then letting your heels drift back together. Knees into the chest. Dropping the heels behind the block, letting the knees come out into a butterfly, and the arms into cactus. Rock the knees a little bit left and right. Reach the knees for the corner of the room. And then gently bringing the knees back together, press into the heels to lift the sacrum, take the block out to the side. Begin to unfold yourself onto the mat for our final resting posture, Savasana. Take a nice full breath in and let it go. Take a moment to recommit to self-care. Let the exhales wash through you, unwinding any tension with each exhale, softening across the brow and the eyes, letting go in the jaw. Let the shoulders melt a little away from the ears. Feel that exhale wash down the arms and out the fingertips. Letting go. Letting go and letting the earth support you. Letting go in the hips and down through the legs, all the way to the toes. When we hold on to tension, it's a form of resistance to what is. See if you can accept, allow, be in this moment just as it is, offering no resistance. Letting your awareness open to include your whole body. Surrendering to this moment. Allowing it to come to you just as it is. Begin to deepen your breath just a bit. Allow the attention to move through the body and sense the body, fingers and toes. Any tingling or vibration, any aliveness there, just noticing. And finding a little movement in the body. Taking a stretch if that's right for you. Drawing your knees towards your chest, comforting the low back. And then in your time and in your way, coming to a seated practice, seated posture to close our practice time together. Bringing your hands to your heart. Thank you for sharing practices with me this morning. May you continue to renew your self-care, caring for this body that holds your life. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Namaste. Thank you, friends, for joining me today in our practice on shoulders and necks and stretching and taking care of ourselves. Cheers to a little coffee. Or whatever warm drink suits you. I hope you have a beautiful week and take care of yourself. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe so you can continue to participate in these videos with me. And leave some comments below so I know what's working for you. Love to connect with you. Bye-bye.